there's two negative human emotions. Out of all the negative human emotions that there is, there's two that I hate the most. I mean, even hate is a negative human emotion, but it becomes a good thing compared to these two. I hate jealousy and envy. I hate jealousy and envy. I mean, why do people envy? And you know, even envy isn't so bad until it turns into jealousy. Because when it comes to jealousy, it's just like, you know, at that point it's like it's about to turn into some other action that is just totally negative and trespasses against somebody else. It just totally, when you get to jealousy, you know, I can envy you for being this or that, but really I shouldn't. I mean, if I envy you, it automatically assumes something wrong. It does something wrong with. If somebody is really great at something, and they have this really wonderful, beautiful talent, and you envy them for their talent. I mean, not admire, not adore, not enjoy, but envy. I mean, it's like you're like, you know, disagreeing with them having it, or you're like almost a disagreeing with God for allowing them to have it. You know, you're disagreeing with what God gave them. Now, if He gave it to them and He's God, what right do you have to disagree with it? You know, but the fact of the matter is that you envy it. You assume that there's something better about them having it. Like, I mean, you assume, like, you know, somehow, you know, you got it better than them. You know, that for some reason for you should have it more than them. You know, when that you're rightfully should have it more so than them. And when this first thing is theirs. It's not yours. It's theirs. It was given to them. You don't have it. So why should you have it? You know? But let me ask you something. When you're envying that person, do you envy the fact that they may have been, you know, broke a wrist dancing like that? If they're a great dancer? Do you envy if they're a great singer that they strapped their throat a few times? Or that they had to get operations to get their throat fixed? Or that they have to spend hours, or that when you're playing and having fun, that they're out working in a room, that they're doing things, you know? Did you envy the calluses that guitar player had to, like, play until their fingers were bleeding? Do you envy that? If you envy that, then why don't you go and do that yourself? You know, what were you doing last night? Sleeping? What were you doing at 4 o'clock in the morning when that person was practicing or studying? What were you doing? Do you envy that? You know, the fact, did you envy them when you were in La La Land dreaming and having a good, comfortable sleep in a bed, in a nice, warm bed? Did you envy that they couldn't barely keep their heat on? You know, that they struggle from month to month? No, they don't have the problems that you don't have, right? You know, when they're sacrificing buying their stuff that cost them an arm and a leg, when they could have been out going to trips around the world, spending $5,000 to go see women and booty women in a foreign land, and having people serve you food and beautiful sunshine and beautiful weather, they spent it on a metal box so they can study. Did you envy them then? You know, it's so self-righteous. They're the ones that are arrogant. They're the ones who are being low. They envy for you when you get up high, or when you get blessings, or when you have a lot of money. When you're up high, when they're the ones being low, or think they're so high or so good that they don't have to do or don't have to work for it. You know, it's so unjustified. It's just so wicked. You know what? It's envy that made the devil look at the beautiful men and creations and said, I should be the one on the throne. Envy. You know, that got all the death that has entered into the world. It's envy that said, oh, that's a better way. I could have power. I should have the power. People should bow down to me. You know, they envy fame. They want people to envy them. You know, negative, horrible. And they don't control it. I can understand, you know, it's sparking, I could do better. You know, seeing how good somebody else, how hard somebody is trying, and it makes you look at yourself and say, I should have been doing better. I could have do better than what I'm doing. So you can admire and adore them, and it can inspire you to do something good. Or I'm going to try to do better because I see how good they are trying. But remember, they walk the pavement. How many people envy Obama? You know? I mean, but, you know, what about people, how they talked about him like a dog, you know? You know, do you envy that part? You know, when nobody believes in you, when people turn their back on you, when your friends leave you, you know? When their friends turn against you, do you envy that? When they say terrible things about you, when they find any little thing that they can find wrong, oh, you gained 2 pounds, you gained 3 pounds, you look like a this, you look like a that. You know, look at your skin, look at you, you know. Oh, do you envy that? When people are just waiting just to find anything in these, you know. And what's so psychotic about it, they never look at themselves. You know, they could have bad health, been to the doctor 10 times, and they're going to talk about your weight, and you ain't been once. They been in the doctor every damn week. You know, they got to maintain from falling out, you know, and you ain't been to the doctor. You don't even have no health insurance. You don't even worry about it. You don't even think about it. People, do your own thing. Love your own self. Don't compare yourself to other people. Just do you. Just be happy at who you are and what you ain't got. You know? I don't go sweating around, oh, I ain't got, you know, I ain't got this, you ain't got the problems I got. You know, like, you know, they don't know what problems you have. You know, amazing. People that say they love you.